Okay, welcome to Stephen Follows Instruction. I'm Stephen. I'm following instructions. We just had a fail with Mozilla's Together.js. It was kind of old, and I'm not really too surprised. Now I'm looking at something sort of along the same lines, but way more recent, as in last month. It's all initial commit stuff, so who knows. But I found it via, again, that same Stack, or well, no, different Stack Overflow. I've got to learn, whenever I do a search on Google, always make it like, the last year, because otherwise I get these terribly irrelevant search results. Anyhow, here we go. realtime-editor.js. It's a collaborative interface based on OT instead of CRDTs. What does that mean? I haven't a clue. OT means operational transforms, I guess. So it creates a page that saves a document on the server in editor.js format. If you visit that page here in localhost, you'll be able to edit. If someone else visits that page, they will be able to edit it with you, and so on. I don't know how someone else is going to visit that page in localhost. Is CRDT better than OT? No, it's different. Yeah. I didn't do much more than set up the basics using editor.js. Okay. Implemented this with CRDTs. Seem to all. Okay. Whatever. This is pretty interesting, in the weeds kind of stuff. I'm IT licensed, so I can use it if I need to or if I want to. Alright, so install npmi. It's just like really incredible instructions for installation. Alright, let's just run it locally, and I'll leave as an exercise for later. How to do it non-locally. So I'll just open up PowerShell. Go into my code projects directory. Make a directory. Make dear. I don't know what to call it. Real time. Okay. Real time. Okay. Now I'm going to need to clone this in, I guess. It doesn't say that, but what else would you do? So I'll just copy this. I'll come back in here, git clone, and there's the project. Yeah, sure, why not? Whatever. Could not read from remote repository. I'll just type yes this time. Oh, hell. Permission denied. There's stuff now that you have to do, isn't there? Oh, it's SSH. I see. Okay. Let's try this. Git clone. There we go. script. Whoops. Oh, is all that already? Oh, no, it's not there. Okay, cd realtime-editor.js. Okay, there we go. All right. Server.js. Let's have a quick look at that. So we'll open up VS Code and open the folder. So, oops, E, code projects, realtime editor, select the folder. Okay, here we go. So I'll have a look here. So here's the server. All right, so you see it's going to require a bunch of Express and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so this is pretty large. Lots of stuff. Webpack config, readme md. Okay. Same instructions. Okay. So, okay, let's see what happens if I just follow the instruction and type npm I, like he says. All right. So, two moderate security vulnerabilities to address all issues, whatever. All right, so the install does seem to have been successful. Okay. What's next? npm run build. Okay. So we'll do that. Well, we'll do it in PowerShell, not okay. Could actually just do it in VS Code, but whatever. npm run build. So this will build my application. Looks like it's running in production mode. There we go. Code generated. All right, next instruction, npm start. And then after that I should be able to visit it. Okay, so let's run npm start. Oops, the instructions again. npm start. So I expect it to start up and then just sort of sit there. So, okay. Server running on port 3000, created documents. So let's go to localhost 3000. And nothing. Well, I mean, it does seem to be accessing, but the page source, so there's the editor container. There's the script, so these are working. That's working. So why am I not actually getting an editor? Console. List is not defined. Accidentally close it. Localhost 3000. Right. expect console. Oh, window must be loaded after editor. Okay, so this is this. Okay, here we go. So this is my actual page. There's the head. But as we saw before, it's generating an error. List is not defined. And it's in bundle.js line 2, but 100,000 characters in. I love these 1-line or 2-line JavaScript. And if we want to see, there it is, class list inline toolbar. List, class list, inline toolbar. Just wondering if there's a way I can fix that, but don't really know enough about what he's trying to do there. So maybe it's something specific to Firefox. So let's try running it on Chrome. This sort of thing happens quite a bit, right? Because you get developers, they only work in Chrome. They don't even think about Firefox, and Firefox has limitations that Chrome doesn't. Firefox is also way more secure, but that's beside the point. Yeah, looks like we're getting the same result and maybe the same error. Server responded with the status of 404, not found. And that's because list is not found. Bundle.js, just like before. So, yeah, it's not something I can fix without getting deep into the code. I don't know what the problem is. See if there's any clue in the JavaScript or in the realtime-editor.js. So that's pretty interesting. Editor.js. I got a little bit of extra time here, not a whole lot, but let's. I mean, I might not be able to save this project, whatever, but let's try looking up editor.js and see if there's anything cool here. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. It's a block style editor BlueHiss with a universal JSON output. Yay. So let's get started with that and see how that works. Alright. To get started, using editor.js, follow these steps: install, configure, install. Okay. So, alright, so what we'll do is we'll go back here and let's go back up to my code projects, and this time I'll just do everything right in VS Code. That way you'll get to see the two different ways of doing it. So select folder, okay, and so now I'm in VS Code. I'll make a new folder called editor.js. And now I'll select that folder to work in. So code projects, editor.js, select folder, and there's of course nothing in it yet. So let's open up a terminal. New terminal. See, it just opens up here. It's just the same as PowerShell, except it's here. You can actually see PWSA. I can actually choose different terminal types, and I'll just use PowerShell because it's set up well enough for me. Okay, install the package via npm or yarn. All right, let's do that. So we'll install the package. Oops, it didn't copy. Copy. For real this time, maybe. Come on. There we go. Alright. Errors, errors, errors all over the place. Why? Operation not permitted. Right. Because I'm not running this as admin. Alright, well, let's open up PowerShell then. And alright. Still doesn't like that. Well, the file's already in use. No, it isn't. Oh, is it trying to make? What's it trying to make? It's just trying to make a directory right in E. Wow. I think it's trying to make E. That's really not good. Doing it in Yarn. You have to pre-install Yarn. Oh, CK editor. Is this just CK editor? Whole bunch of stuff no longer supported. Notice that. It's using CK editor stuff. Whole bunch of CK editor stuff. Alright, well, let's see what I got here. Alas, nothing. So I wonder where it put all that stuff. That's a bit concerning. Current version of Yarn is out of date. Yeah, well. Look at all this stuff that's no longer supported. I'm going to go look at E to see if a whole bunch of stuff was installed there that I don't know about. Oh, I don't see anything here either. Oh, that can't be right. Okay, that makes more sense. Webpack configuration. That's probably, yeah, no, that's 2021 I did that. Yeah. Anything from today? No, back in April, a few things. $12.19. That's today. Package.json. And also yarn.lock. So that's what it was doing that, and it wanted to do that npm wouldn't allow. That's really weird that it went into E like that. I'm pretty uncomfortable about that. Yeah, it's CK editor again. Right, editor.js. Yeah. Alright, all that's really weird to me. I don't like it. I mean, it might be perfectly normal and above board, but I don't like it. So I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to remove this yarn lock file as well. Just, you know. So, okay, so that's some really old depreciated stuff. I've messed around with CK editor before. Actually, when I was redoing my Grasshopper stuff, I moved away from CK editor and to TinyMCE precisely because there was a whole bunch in CK editor that was no longer supported. So I didn't realize this was CK editor. And there's no sign that this is CK editor. That's interesting. So, yeah. So that's really fishy anyways. That might be why some of the other stuff had issues too. Anyhow, whatever. It's all a big fail. I'll tell you what I was trying to do though. Well, I don't think we even get to that. Here we go. I was looking for collaborative editing API or whatever. Be free. It's all-around real-time collaborative content tool. That's pretty recent too. Thing is, it's a whole SDK, which kind of bothers me. Yeah, Be Free SDK Superpowers plan or above. Build a collaborative text editor in React and CRDT. Alright. Called, okay, I'll accept the cookies. Real-time collaboration is expected these days. I wonder what the date on this is. April 16 of this year. Okay, getting started with React and CRDT. I still don't know what CRDT stands for. I suppose I could find out. CRDT. conflict-free replicated data types are used in systems with optimistic replication. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So, React.js collaborative text editor. So, and then to start the dev service. So it's all basically the same thing again, right? So, here's a list of dependencies for your package JSON file, etc., 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 etc. CRDTs and PubNub integration. So, all right. Okay, so this is interesting and beyond what I know about, so I like that. Okay. Expected these days. Try it out live. Okay, let's try it out live. Oh, this must be it. Okay, so it clearly works. Alright. You can skip ahead and visit the collaborative text editor repository. Okay. Try it out, which we were just at. Get PubNub API keys. And that's because why? And that is the README. Why would I need PubNub? I don't even know what PubNub is. So let's see what PubNub is first. To ask why I would need anything from them. So what is PubNub? Real-time developer platform. Okay. Huh. Simple pub sub API solution. Okay. And then real-time apps for any purpose, time, or scalability. Let's look at the pricing, because there's always pricing for something like this. So I don't know what an MAU is. So something unit, custom, or $98 per month. Whoa. Yeah. See, nothing that's going to be usable by ordinary people is going to cost $98 a month, right? The only way that works is if you create a server and pay your $98 a month plus whatever your server costs are, and then provide access to a whole bunch of people and then try to make that money back. But I'm not really in that business, so I'm not really interested in that. Real-time collaborative text editor with Node.js. Okay, so this is from maybe a year ago. Go away. Understand the need, blah, blah, blah. Server side, Express and HTTP. Okay. I've used all of that. Socket IO. See, that's the bit that's new to me. Get away. Is the whole socket IO stuff. This X stuff is just garbage. MySQL. Okay, MySQL cores I know and understand. Room and user management. Okay, I get that. And then the client side, there's a text editor interface, typically integrating Quill for enhanced text editing. Is that the? I think that's the meta thing, isn't it? Quill, powerful text editor, free open access. I might come back to this. Quill rich text editor. I think this might be the one that was made by Meta. Slab Quill. Okay, that's interesting. But anyhow, the idea is that this acts as your interface. And then real-time updates, that's what's it's gonna use the socket.io stuff for the real-time updates. So I get the concept, I've never made anything work with it yet. Okay, so workflow and events, database, UI, improvements, conclusion. Well, yeah, that's all very nice, but it didn't really tell me how it works. But I get the concept. We get the concept. Back-end server, front-end app. Okay. In today's interconnected world, seamless collaboration on documents is among multiple users is blah, 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 blah. Okay. So it's another project, right? Probably a student somewhere. Okay, so here's the back-end server. Looks like it's built from NPM. Progressive Node.js, right? We're building the server. Okay. Run test. It's called Nest. Okay. And the front end app. Getting started with the create React app. I don't think this, project report.txt. I don't think that they actually built this. I think they just sort of, technology stack. So there's a whole report, but not actually built in such a way that it could be run. It's just someone else's stuff from the looks of it. Nest framework, TypeScript starter repository. That's kind of pretty cool. Is there any documentation? Yeah, not really. Oh, well, look at all the backers and supporters, though. So I guess people like Nest. Right, under the hood, Nest makes use of Express. But, Huh. So that's new. If you're watching on YouTube, and I can see you're not, you might be finding this interesting. I'm finding this interesting, although I'm not really getting anywhere. Alright. Alright, that's still together. Right, I can close that window. Okay. Go back to where I was searching. Okay, Plex Track is a product, it looks like. For for collaborative editing, API documentation. I don't see anything about pricing, but there's got to be pricing, right? Autosave rules, tracking changes. Looks pretty cool. API documentation. Integrations. Yeah. Oh, that's because I'm in docs. Okay. Let's just go to their home page, and that's probably, yeah, there's the pricing. Okay. Request a quote. Yeah, you know what that means. If you have to request a quote, you can't afford it. And I hate companies that do that, because you also know that they're going to do differential pricing. If they think they can soak you for more, they're going to. Yeah. Okay. Live blocks. I don't really trust the search results at the top of the Google search anymore, because they're usually paid for placement these days. Yes, for self stuff. So probably, yeah, here we go. Don't even need to. 720 a month. 50 MAU, whatever that is. 720 a month. Huh. You gotta be crazy to be doing that. Because you could build it yourself, in theory. This article, okay, will explain about. Is it actually going to show me? Oh, yeah, it might. All right. Using React in WebSockets. All right, let's go in here. We're going to remove some crud, some cruft. Oops, that's not what I had in mind. So code projects, let's remove. See, there's the work. I was trying to do a CK editor back in April. Okay, editor.js, we're not going to use that anymore. Oh, no, must have file. Oh, it's probably my, here we go. I'll just close this. There, that should let me get rid of it. Delete. And we will also delete, was it real time? Yeah. We'll delete that because none of that worked. And I think that was it, right? Yeah. Okay, and so let's make a directory called we'll call it real time again, only this time it's not a Mozilla project. Okay, so we'll make the directory, folder, real time. Good enough. All right. Don't need that. We'll open up VS Code again. Okay. Prerequisites, React.js. Oh, I don't have any of that crap, but we'll see how it goes. So let's make a backend directory to begin. So let's go into real time, open folder, real time. real time. Oh, code projects. Real time. Select. So let's make a directory backend. Oh, come on. There we go. Backend. And we'll open up a terminal. CD backend. All right. Now, npm init y. Initial. Oh, I'm going to need to put some stuff in there first, aren't I? Yeah. Initialize the Express app. Oops. Can't imagine this works, but maybe it does, and I just don't know. There's the back end. Make server.js file for the back end. Again, these are really bad instructions because I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Initialize new node project, install Express, set up basic Express server. Oh, okay. Make server.js file for backend. I might already have one. No. Do I have to make one? Let's make one. It says make one, so we'll try that. Server.js. All right. In this file, import all the dependencies and create a server. So let's try installing all the dependencies and creating the server, if that works. Whoops. Okay. Zero vulnerabilities. I like that. Okay. Project structure, backend. Updated dependencies in package.json. There's my dependencies. Okay, and code example for the server. Okay. Could have actually told me this back up here, but no, I'm assuming this copied it. I didn't get any real indication, but let's see. Yes, it did. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, now I should be able to run it with an npm command. Alright, steps to run, so no daemon or just node. Let's try the first one. Alright. Starting the node server, running on port 5000. Alright. This is further than we've gotten before. Localhost 5000. Cannot get whatever it's trying to get. could, I guess it's looking for a data directory. All right. Still, it sort of works. Creates the front end. Okay. He didn't promise I could do this without an error, so I'll just keep going. It's, follow the instructions and see where they lead me. So now we're going to create the front end. Create React app. Okay, so npx. It doesn't tell me where I should be, but I'm pretty sure I shouldn't still be in the back end. So let's open up another window here, because we have a server running there, right? So we'll open up another window. Here we go. And we'll cd into the directory, open folder. Okay, E, code project, real time. There's the back end, so we'll just select this main folder. All right. Oh, did I? File, open folder. Don't know what happened there. Project, real time, select. It popped me back in here. Huh. Because it thinks, all right. Open, oops, that's not what I had in mind. Open folder. It doesn't like you to have two windows open in the same folder, I guess. So I'll just go into code project. And then we'll just do it manually from there, I suppose. Select. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, history restored. All right, cd real time. All right, that's where I want to be. Okay, back to the instructions. So, npx create React app front end. Okay, so let's try that. The editor could not be opened because the file is not. Well, I haven't tried to open a file yet. I don't know why any of these are open or tried to be open at all. Okay. All right. Create React app front end. Okay. Okay to proceed. Yeah, sure. Whole bunch of depreciated stuff again. That's the big problem working with JavaScript, and especially NPM, is most of your crap is depreciated. All right. So normally, yeah, normally I don't work with NPM precisely because of this. And then not only is stuff depreciated, then you start getting your security issues. And they never end. Alright, so we're just waiting for this. I've got maybe 20 minutes left that I can work on this, so there's definitely an end time to this video. I had a viewer. I had 2 viewers for one brief shining minute there a few minutes ago, but they're gone. All right. Oh, errors. Could not resolve dependency. Hmm. Or it found React 19 upstream, but the dependency is React 18. Well, that's another big problem with NPM, is that. So you know what? Enough of this. I'm done. Close this out. I'm going to close this out. Control C, shut down that server. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to wipe out the directories. Jeez. Whoops. Okay. Anyhow, I'll do that after. I'm going to wrap up this video. You don't need to watch me killing directories. There's no excitement in that. So, yeah, not a straightforward thing to be doing. I'm pretty sure that I could build a collaborative editor out of something. I just don't know what. And there's, I'd have to find something relatively modern. And no, more to the point, I'd have to learn how to do it myself, so that I can build something that doesn't depend on a whole bunch of dependencies that are depreciated. I mean, that has been the approach I've been taking to working with JavaScript recently, and you've just seen why. Because I've tried in this video alone, I've tried 3 separate projects, and they've all collapsed under the weight of NPM cruft, basically. So, yeah, they're great for, I mean, if you have the staff to deal with it, great. If it's a student project, great. It only has to work for a few weeks. But if it's an ongoing thing, not so great. All right, so I'm going to kill this then. Thanks for being with me, and I'll see you next time on Stephen Follows